asking questions around school about the Pierce family. My heart started racing because that meant my posts were actually working. 2 days later, I was scrolling through Facebook when I saw it. Lance's article with the headline asking why one family had filed so many allergen lawsuits against local businesses. The comment section went crazy within minutes, with people sharing stories about Mrs. Pierce screaming at the bakery owner last year and her daughter threatening to sue the ice cream shop. I screenshot everything and saved it to multiple folders just in case. My mom came home that night looking tired and asked if I'd seen the article about the Pierce family online. I shrugged and said maybe I'd seen something, but tried to act like I didn't care even though my hands were shaking under the table. The next morning, Mrs. Pierce's daughter posted this long video on Facebook with tears running down her face, talking about how her family was attacked online for no reason. She wore this white shirt that made her look innocent and kept wiping her eyes with tissues while saying they were just trying to protect her mom's health. People in the comments started defending her and calling whoever started the rumors a monster. Some lady named Karen wrote that she hoped they found who was behind the hate campaign and pressed charges. I felt sick watching everyone buy her act when she'd literally destroyed my whole future over an accident. That night, I stayed up until 3 making a new email account and sent Lance all my college rejection letters with the dates circled in red. I included screenshots of my termination email from work and made sure to highlight how everything happened right after the gum incident. I didn't sign it or give any hints about who I was, but I knew he'd connect the dots. 3 days later, Lance published another article mentioning the strange timing of a local student losing college opportunities right after the substitute teacher incident. He was careful not to accuse anyone directly, but he included a timeline that made it pretty obvious what had happened. The Pierce family's supporters started fighting with people who thought something fishy was going on, and the whole town Facebook page turned into a war zone. I was eating breakfast when the phone rang and my mom answered, looking confused. She covered the phone and mouthed that it was the principal, then her face went white as she listened. After she hung up, she sat down across from me and said the principal had warned her about inflammatory online activity that could result in legal action against our family. She asked if I knew anything about it, and I said no, while my stomach twisted into knots. The principal couldn't prove anything, but the threat was clear: back off, or they'd come after us even harder. That afternoon, I texted Ella, asking if she'd heard any news from the school, since I wasn't allowed back. She replied that her friend who worked in the office said Mrs. Pierce was scheduled to start substitute teaching again next week. The thought of her walking those halls teaching other kids while I was banned made my blood boil, so hot I thought my head would explode. I spent the rest of the day pacing my room and punching my pillow because the rage had to go somewhere or I'd lose my mind. Around midnight, I grabbed my dad's old hoodie and drove to the school with a can of spray paint I'd bought weeks ago for an art project. The parking lot was empty and dark with just one security light flickering near the main entrance. My hands shook as I sprayed "allergic to accountability" in huge red letters on the wall where everyone would see it when they arrived. It was stupid and reckless, but seeing those words on that wall felt better than anything had felt in weeks. I drove home with my heart pounding and threw the spray paint can in a dumpster behind the grocery store. The next morning, my phone blew up with texts from people sending